My wife skipped my mother's funeral because her dog had a stomachache. My mother died on a Tuesday after 8 months of cancer. She fought until the end, and her last words were telling me she was proud of the man I'd become. The funeral was scheduled for Saturday. I called my wife Gina at work to let her know, and the first thing she asked was whether it would interfere with her hair appointment. I thought she was joking. She wasn't. She rescheduled but complained about the cancellation fee for 3 days. My mother and Gina never got along. Mom thought Gina was selfish. Gina thought my mother was too involved in our lives. They tolerated each other at holidays, but tension always lingered beneath the surface. Still, this was my mother's funeral. I expected basic decency. The morning of the service, I was putting on my suit when Gina came in and said she couldn't come. Her Pomeranian, a dog named Duchess that she treated better than most people treat their children, had thrown up twice that morning. She said Duchess might have eaten something bad and needed monitoring. I asked if she was serious. She said Duchess could be seriously ill, and she wasn't going to abandon her baby during a medical emergency. I pointed out that dogs throw up all the time, and the dog seemed fine. She said I clearly didn't understand the bond between a pet parent and their fur baby, and my insensitivity was exactly why she didn't want to come anyway. I buried my mother alone. My whole family was there. Aunts, uncles, cousins, friends who'd known my mother for 40 years. Everyone asked where Gina was. I had to explain repeatedly that she was home with a sick dog. The looks on their faces told me everything I needed to know. My aunt pulled me aside and said she'd never liked Gina, but stayed quiet because she wanted me to be happy. Now she couldn't keep quiet. She said any woman who'd skip her mother-in-law's funeral for a dog with an upset stomach wasn't worth staying married to. I defended Gina out of habit, but the words felt empty. When I got home that night, Gina was on the couch watching TV with Duchess curled up perfectly healthy on her lap. She asked how it went like I'd just returned from running errands. I said it was my mother's funeral. How did she think it went? She told me not to be snippy, that she'd had a stressful day too watching Duchess. The dog was fine, completely fine, running around, eating treats, begging for belly rubs, no sign of any real illness. Gina had skipped my mother's funeral for absolutely nothing. Something shifted in me that night. I started sleeping in the guest room and told her I needed space to grieve. She complained I was being distant and making her feel neglected. Didn't ask how I was holding up. Didn't offer to talk about my mom or look through old photos with me. Just made my grief about her own feelings of being ignored. Over the next 3 months, I quietly started untangling our lives, opened my own bank account, consulted with a divorce lawyer, started figuring out what was mine and what was ours. Gina noticed nothing. She was too wrapped up in Duchess, her friends, her yoga classes, her weekend brunches. She'd check in occasionally to make sure I was still available for things she needed, fixing the leaky faucet, attending her coworker's birthday party so she wouldn't show up alone, picking up her dry cleaning when she was running late. I did it all while quietly planning my way out. Then her father had a heart attack. He survived but needed bypass surgery and would be hospitalized for weeks. Gina was hysterical. Her dad was the only person in her family she actually cared about. She came to me sobbing, said she needed to fly to Ohio immediately, said she couldn't handle this alone, said she needed me with her. She asked me to come. I said no. She looked at me like I'd slapped her, asked what I meant no. I told her I had things going on and couldn't just drop everything. She said this was her father. This was life or death. How could I possibly say no? I brought up my mother's funeral, Duchess and her stomachache, how she'd let me bury my mom by myself because the dog threw up a couple of times. She said that was completely different. I asked her to explain how. She couldn't. Just kept repeating that it was different, that her father could die, that she needed support. I suggested she take Duchess for comfort since clearly the dog was her priority in emergencies. I didn't yell, didn't throw things, just said it calmly, which seemed to make it worse for her. She flew to Ohio alone. Her father's surgery went fine. He recovered well. But during those 2 weeks she was gone, I packed up my belongings and moved out. Left her a note saying I'd filed for divorce and my lawyer would contact hers. When she got back and found the house half empty, she called me 25 times in one afternoon. The voicemail swung between sobbing and screaming. Full story on channel, link below.